Lady
I
Lynette.
see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Honestly, I agree, bro.
What do you mean?
But she singles out and we're fucked. So.
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Lyney's assistants named Cal.
We got that part.
Even though he hadn't joined the troop long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it.
But why was Cal outside? The girl's supposed to be in there, but somehow Cal got
This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl.
our thief girl from the beginning.
However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Lyney is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
Yeah, the total of
So
one
in
day.
just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys.
It wasn't
I
really us
know
being
there's no
convinced.
such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
He's not wrong about that. People can also be the most reliable kind of. Okay, yeah. Being pedantic doesn't really.
Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
Maybe. Or, for his case, hopefully. Case records, huh? Guardian's investigation report. Investigation for the guards. The guards indicate that the fireworks launched at the trail end of the magical forest set the rope dangling water tank alight, causing the tank to fall and kill Kala. Cal, who was within it. It seems evident that Lyney is the likeliest user of the prop to commit the crime. However, for the reason of the victim being Cal, it's the reason the chosen lady's present deceased identity. Deceased one of Lane's assistant, Cal. He was trusted as colleague. His job setting up and inspecting the prop. Well,
Whoever the murderer was, they must have made preparations well beforehand.
oh my gosh, we're gonna have
Whoever
it.
the murderer was, why would it be him?
How you, Maurice?
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
It's such a funny and brutal way for him to die. It's on screen. Yeah. You tell us who the woman is?
Sure. It's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself.
Halsey, huh?
Apparently,
Not a musician?
she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The magic troupe members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the magic troupe at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case.
No MO?
Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between
And what's
them.
that age range? Won't drop it.
Okay then.
Won't tell us. Thanks for letting us know.
No need to be
boss.
so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us.
No need to be so
It is of
formal.
utmost
We're no
importance that
murder
we get to
case,
the bottom of these disappearances.
Okay. Oh, Halsey. Fontaine artist. Famous painter. Take a break from creative work. Isn't known to the magic people.
Why would it be? Gosh, no wonder the serial disappearances.
Burned rope.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall.
Singular rope, no, bro?
The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
Those fireworks don't seem like they were positioned in a way to hit it. You didn't realize it was safety, or?
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
Because we're on a murder case. Why would we not be serious? A man was killed here. Everyone's like, "Why? Don't need to be so formal. Don't need to be so serious." It's not like someone just fucking died.
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material! Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
We just grab that and touch it. Good thing, crime scene analysis and DNA isn't a thing. Flash card.
Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means... Wait, why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes.
Please do. Thank God. First thing someone said was intelligent. Or has been doing. What says about us? I suddenly broke the fireworks being launched on stage. Investigation has shown that the location of the rope snapped was for flammable material. The magic strike box. Covers inside the box, you have dodged the falling one. Must have struck it really hard. That's how much the stuff has dropped. How about you? What you gotta say, guards?
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Lyney and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector?
Of course, it's always
There's
an audience
something wrong
plan.
with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Lyney used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Lyney knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Lyney reserved our seats for us too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lyney.
Wait, sorry to bother you. We're done dropping this.
Even though it's bad for Lyney's case, Paimon had better write it down.
All evidence is evidence. Even if it is bad, you gotta work around it. Sometimes murder cases can't be won on a non-guilty verdict without lessening the sentence. This case is proven evidence. Sorry, I'm eating, so if you hear me munching away, cover your ears. Why can't we go up there? Usually these shows have rafters or something, but there's nothing up there. Who the hell are you?
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too. If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, alright?
Who are you?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lyney's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That's it?
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lyney's accomplice, Lynette perhaps, jumping atop the water tank or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
But wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Yeah, that would be good if we didn't know it was flash rope.
Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
Sounds like magic shit, good. Even idiots who are tampering with evidence and shouldn't be in here can still provide a little bit of sources. Good to know there's no, like, ethics or, crime scene investigation practices here. Like, keeping everyone out. Oh boy.
Lyney's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do.
He's gotta explain to each one
I
of
think
them.
someone will be assigned to
Better keep
monitor
the
us
story.
later, but that's alright.
At the entrance? What the hell are we looking for here?
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Oh, who the fuck is this?
You mean us?
You mean me?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Who is this pretty lady?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
Nope.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Mafia.
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Let's do informal.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rasula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
Yeah. What's supposed to be this dude say? And fucking gang has showed up now. You're fucking.
That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Lyney an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too.
Well, thanks,
That's why we're looking
Mafiosa.
for clues now.
That doesn't really give us much hope.
But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Oh my god, bro. Why is everyone in this place a fucking clown show of dramaticism?
Farina was quick to point the finger at Lyney without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But
Yeah,
that's
she was.
not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Not like the Hydro Archon doesn't sound
Well,
really trustworthy. It sounds like
what's
she
your
runs her
opinion?
mouth.
I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
As it should be. Thank God, someone is reasonable.
All right, I've answered your question.
Now
Now,
answer mine.
it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Not really, to be
Well,
honest.
I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Absolutely not.
Well,
Not always. Not ever.
And why would that be?
Because the separation of law and state and energy and time need to be something serious.
See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I too think that the Traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact.
Based.
And if that can be done, boss, then
All right, that's quite enough, Malus. Anyway, I like your answer. You pass with flying colors. Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
That's more like it.
You're missing the point.
far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth.
Will it? I sure hope
You
so.
wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point.
Yeah, he does. He
You're
does.
quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
Or maybe he has nothing on his mind.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lyney's tricks. Thanks!
Speaking of that, I think magic shows would be very popular in Poisson.
Poisson?
I can see that. Maybe I should try to learn some magic. If I could make things disappear, cleaning my room would be a cinch.
You need not worry about such things, demoiselle. That falls under my duties.
Oh, right.
So it tells me she hasn't been in this position for long.
Speaking of that,
I can see that. Maybe I should try to learn some magic.
I didn't think that
You need not worry
the
about...
same character would do the same thing. Navia. She have a vision? Good old Geo vision? Maybe she'll be the one that fixes Geo. Oh, is there something to investigate here? What the hell are you? I've already seen like 4 of these
No
things.
one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Lyney and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on.
There's a chance she could have slipped away before. Don't question what happens in the blink of an eye. Fucker could have gone away immediately.
I doubt there was much opportunity then either.
How can you be so sure,
You have an electrovision. You could have flashed out.
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Lyney's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here.
No, it really isn't.
Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be useful info.
So the front entrance was essentially blocked off.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Lyney's discussion with the guards is going.
Probably shittily. I doubt it's going well.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
We spare the pleasantries, murderer.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
Yeah, I like to hear that.
Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and will be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
That's right. They didn't know who she was.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
Boxception.
Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
So they switch out a box inside a box. That's the third.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps.
Energy.
The
It's got to be
audience
done
member would
kinetically.
only be able to
physically, in
feel
real life.
some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
The audience member doesn't even have to be a part or a plant. They won't even know what's happening.
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A
Welcome back. I
phonograph
didn't think you-
operated by Lynette was used to
Are
achieve
you,
that effect.
what part are you at right now?
Underneath the stage.
My assistant and I had
Ooh,
already
oh yeah,
scripted
bro,
our
this is actually pretty
conversation
fun.
beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already
it
gone
just
to the
keeps going.
opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
Bro, I did not expect the nigga to die in such a brutal
Where
way.
was she?
Did you, bro? The second that
was in
shit
the
slammed on him,
mezzanine space in the back of the
my
box.
face went a gape. I was like,
And then,
I
you
was
just,
like,
and then you see just his arm in the mask. I'm like, oh, he's fucking dead.
like
That's
I was like,
how we were able to
oh.
coordinate Lenny's lines with the assistant.
At first I was confused. I was like, I saw the
And
mask. I was
by
like,
the
damn.
way,
At first I was like,
I
damn,
was the
that
one
girl
who
got
walked out of the box at the
squished.
end.
And I was like, hey, that ain't
I
her.
mean, we are
I thought
twins.
both of them got crushed.
All it takes is a change of clothes, and no one can tell who's who.
Ugh,
And that's my
That'd
favorite
be
part of this trick.
double awkward.
Only Lynette
I
and
like
I
the
can
PG-13
perform it.
no blood, even though that man got turned into a fucking pancake.
They swap clothes.
Wow, every detail you revealed was
Yeah, bro, it's like
amazing than the last.
Agent 47, man. We're playing
It's not. It's like what is it? What's the damn movie? The magic movie with fucking.
Oh, stop it! I already know what the fuck.
Yeah,
you're like.
yeah.
Now you see me.
No, not that one. Not
Okay,
that
yeah. What- I thought you were talking about the horrible
one.
magic
No,
movie.
fucking magic movie. What is it, bro? It's like the classic one. With the dude who played Wolverine. I think it's the M. Night Shyamalan one. We should watch it, bro. The Prestige. Is it M. Night Shyamalan movie? No, it's a Christopher Nolan movie. Yeah, have you ever seen The Prestige?
The Prestige? I don't think so.
Nah, it's a real good movie about magic. It's fucking hilarious.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping
It's
before
insane.
the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area,
I won't
and
spoil
the
it,
trick
but it's
would
a
be
good movie to watch.
complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
So we don't know how she disappeared.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off.
Like how Navia just shows up, like, we go into the lobby and the Mafia is just sitting there like, we'll help out. Like, what?
I for some reason I thought I triggered a fucking different quest.
Yeah,
when that
I was
shit
like,
happened.
she was just sitting there, I'm like, and then also they don't know who she is. They're like, who's this? I'm like, okay, so like, they're from Poissum or whatever, like Poissum. I'm like, I'm glad
Remember when we talked about
the
Fontaine?
Mafia of another city showed up, bro.
I like how we talked about this game when like when Fontaine was first still coming out. We were like, dang, this could be like, it could be like classism, where to be like in a different class, supporting a different class, and it to be against another one. Not even fucking close.
Not even close. Though.
I haven't even seen shit like that. Is there even another like? Oh yeah, I think it's because we mixed up the Oisa and Numa. Like, oh, those are the different classes.
Not permitted to stay here.
Nope, just a completely different
I'll
battle
escort them
system
back
that
up.
forces you to get Fontaine characters.
Yes,
anyway.
of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone.
I can't even so
We're
nonchalant
counting
that
on
this dude fucking died. Alright, so we got detailed on how the trick works. And how the box structure works. And then how the audience side of the box structure works. Oh boy. But Paimon has the fucking glasses and mustache. What else we got? Oh, so something did happen.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Yeah, the floor is wet.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
For a trick?
What the fuck is going? Oh my, bro! If we get more quests like this, damn. Wait, yeah. Did you see Paimon's her accessory?
Yes, but she has it on her face.
The entire time. It's great. Like seriously,
That can't be.
I hope that's like a thing I can just
tracks
keep
from
on
start
her.
to finish.
Well, actually, she doesn't even show up in the game, so it doesn't even matter.
This distance.
Only when you pause time.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Navia's got a weird outfit. Like she has like a fucking like pirate. Like what the fuck do you call a pirate's wheel? It's the wheel of a ship. I guess it's called a wheel.
Huh.
She's got like
What's this?
a weird like
Looks like a hook
pirate
to
type
the
outfit.
end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Hook tied to the end of a rope.
Perhaps
Grapple
it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is.
Rudder, that's it. She has like two rudders on
note
her
of it
outfit.
first.
There's a hook down here, a broken vase, a grapple hook. What is going on here, bro?
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right? Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
I'm telling you, she's a thief girl from the beginning.
Right. And do you really need to do that?
Yeah,
You're
they look identical.
You got the same
I mean, I know this game likes reusing assets, but like that couldn't have been
Oh, her glasses changed now.
detective anymore.
They swirled. Her glasses, when she got confused, her glasses like have swirlies now. Young lady's clothes. I'll keep those for myself. Line, the tracks. High precision required to complete the magic. More stuff to investigate. Boxes. Props and costume has hazardly stuff inside. Alright, very nice. There's a vent. Evented? Sus? Among Us?
Literally Among Us out of there.
What is this place?
It's a vent, by
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, this space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here.
So she got out by herself. She shoved the dude in the box, probably kneed him in the nuts, and then he got crushed. Lyney and Lynette went in the two earlier.
You're right! Let Paimon write that down.
Son of it.
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Oh, let's return to the surface.
Let's head back up.
This fucking game. Also tiresome.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. It seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Yeah, I'm right about that.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement.
Someone goes
The
lower?
guards have checked the area carefully.
Who the heck, Joey?
No one left
Oh,
through
damn,
the
Josh.
basement during the performance
What's your name, by the
or
way?
after the incident.
Not we, he is.
And no one was found hiding
This
there.
nigga.
So the tunnel's become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation.
Warframe.
All the current evidence points toward Lyney and Lynette.
In other
Right.
words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some
again.
considerable progress.
Yeah, bro, until the next time you get banned for getting bored of the
Trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
Right. A robot will hear statements of both sides. Who wants to hear the robot? ChatGPT is going to decide this case.
That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the
Oh, you got
audience's
Genshin to
emotions
work.
will all be projected on the Oratrice.
Perfect. 4.0 just dropped.
Simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. And not that this has ever happened anyway.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neverlet called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment, which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice.
And you can go to Fontaine. He can do the story of
The guards
Fontaine.
also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case.
You're already disrupting
Even
this
if
fucking
that were
case.
not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa, whoa! There's no need for that! Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Probably not, I don't know.
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
No nutrition and lack of...
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too.
We can always
I
do
mean,
it later.
what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Paimon, we're not busting out of it.
Just kidding! Just kidding! Paimon will still
Imagine
do
if your
her
lawyer
best,
and your
even if
proxies
there are no
blew out of the place you were supposed to be arrested from the crime scene.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
If we can't buy snacks, we'll just make some.
You're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
When the fuck did he get a baking stuff?
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Egg, sugar, and almond. They're just carrying this stuff on them?
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snacks soon enough.
These three are quite the interesting group.
What kind of, like, pirate Victorian age mafia group is this?
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven. Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop dreaming.
She just baked macaroons out of crime
When you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
I was applauding and I was giving an encouraging smile.
Paimon was just thinking, aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, give these a try, fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite, strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
She likes her tea like she likes her men. Black. Let me take a break.
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Lyney and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
I'm left with 2 other people, the missing girl and this.
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
Why? Why would a third person decide to kidnap a person during the show?
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
Unless her and Cal were in cahoots, and then she threw Cal in there, getting him killed.
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guards said that she has never had any dealings with the Magic Troop's members.
No public dealings.
Thorough enough in our search?
Probably not.
From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
5 of the 3.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest!
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
Who took 2?
Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach!
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Malus, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
At the ready.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
Alright, thanks for your help, and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Triple. Well, she's got quadruple crown spirals, and then she's got 2 more in the front, bro. If only she was Armonia. Probability of a 3rd person. Well, we just have a phantom person eat 2 macaroons.
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult... Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation. Performance would not have been visible from where the door... Well, there was no chance Paimon... And that's why only the 2 of them can perform the... There was no 3rd person digging a tunnel. That size wouldn't have been a problem for Paimon.
That size wouldn't have been a problem for Paimon. We got Paimon can fit through the vent.
Why would it be? Whoever the this people needed... This is probably...
There's something we haven't investigated. Let's take a look. Let's have a little look-see. What didn't we investigate? Yeah.
If you do encounter Ms. Halsey.
Yeah. I go in the... You can still go down. Go back to the tunnel. What are we missing?
Why would it be him? That size wouldn't have been a problem for Paimon.
Take it easy.
Well, for the most part. I don't know what else we can investigate. We got. Let's look at the book. Yeah, I'm at for the Opera House. I'm 8 of 9, and for the tunnel, I'm 1 of 3. No, okay. No, this is very shit. Have to double check, bro. You never know. Good games will do that. They'll have you investigate the bare minimum of whether they actually have something else you can use. Lies cast under shadows gather lights. Love the organs.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing.
Let's take it step by step.
Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lyney and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
Yeah, how did your investigation go? Your ass going to jail, bro.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed.
Smug Archon.
That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Just you wait, child.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session.
Trials
Firstly,
in session.
In order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Lyney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Thank you, Mr. Lyney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me
Well,
to take
actors,
the
though.
first
Act
shot
one,
and break this case wide open. Mr. Lyney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
The nigga doesn't know about the sound.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Damn, bro, robots stance in the trial.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
The House of the Hearth?
There, put to it.
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatsui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
House of Earth is a Fatui organization.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in
She said the script wrote earlier.
The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look
Bro, you can see her monologue, bro. She's all cheering there.
Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy.
Nice, bro. It's like Kale. We have to see Kale's
all those
monologue.
preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Bro. The machinations of a teenage
Why
guy.
didn't you tell us this before?
They're Fatui. Yeah, traveling be like, I ain't gotta help these niggas.
Order! Mr. Lyney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
Some scheme.
Please answer my question, Mr. Lyney.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Hey, bro. Let my lawyer speak, dog. Look at my lawyer, dog. We going to jail. So I saw these the post that was 5 on. Look at my lawyer, dog. I'm going to jail. Bro, my client without some key information, my defense cannot proceed. Damn, bro, we're gonna throw this nigga to the wolves because he's
In
Fatui.
that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say!
I'd agree with that woman there. The defendant received their own attorney. What else is there to discuss?
This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Lyney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought.
Someone call y'all.
In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
Just such weird, like, long hair. She doesn't seem like she would have long hair at all.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
You're Fatui orphan.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two.
We trusted you, and you were Fatui.
We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys.
Who says they're bad guys?
Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
I know this is all just another lie.
Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point.
Damn, bro.
You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Damn!
Please forgive us.
He keeps it real, bro.
Well, you both say that, but...
Explain the other issue, bro. Yo, actually, when did you go with
Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
What did you find down there?
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Why do you want to understand how the Oratrice operates?
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, There you have it, the whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I believe in the fact. I'll defend you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two.
Completely
If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
You already got the key evidence.
Huh?
The German's always over.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
Lyney's statement. Nigga was doing Fatui spy shit, man. Won't this still get his ass in jail? Let's see what our defense is gonna be, bro. We don't actually get the crafted defense, so let's find out, bro. I'm out of here.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Lyney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
Ugh, that took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Lyney's perspective.
A water girl with fucking... Based on the opposition's account of it, you can identify loopholes in the statement. Use evidence and clues during the investigation to refute erroneous accusation.
Oh, whoa!
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud.
Ooh, I like the unique art for the cases.
He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Lyney red-handed. So Lyney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Lyney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events, what Lyney experienced, and...
Like, enter the tunnel as the countdown began. That is true. Didn't he enter the tunnel as the countdown began?
According to Lyney, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Let's say yeah.
Seems this won't... Lyney did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
So who got Halsey? Unless that's the tunnel.
Lyney went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say!
Oh boy!
When the countdown started, Lyney did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the upper house basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent!
Yeah, the voice of Monpie. Successful refutation, bro. Man, bro. This is how debate club works in real life.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that!
Oh, she's blushing.
Wasn't it awesome?
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
Moreover, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed, bro.
My reasoning?
Damn, bro, he hit her with the bitch. Also, you stupid. You
hit her with the, yeah, wrong anyways.
The honesty equipment was clearly tampered with and it
If that's the case, then if
Objection, Your Honor.
entered the tunnel,
No.
how was the entire setup meant to kill?
My
Assuming that what you say
defendant
is true,
did not.
Lyney
And Paimon just fucking hit that space glide.
the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around. Oh, well,
Thank you, blood
your
mafia.
denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what
Was she-
proof do you have to back your claims?
Do you happen to remember how you refuted Lyney's alibi instantly? I can't wait for Farina, for her like main power to be she act like her left eye lights on fire, bro, and then she's like, "You shouldn't have done that, bro."
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask?
You have to
You're
understand.
saying that he wasn't?
He was never in the box, bro. Your claim has now become my weapon. The magic tree. Irrelevant. How's that irrelevant? wasn't in the tunnel. Which evidence that Lyney wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place? It's just out of these three? Okay, I guess I read this one?
That's right! Lyney wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Lyney had already entered the basement via the vent.
Bro, how did he die in tunnel, bro? If you were in there.
Alibi has now become the best proof. How do you like that?
Nah, bro. I couldn't have killed him. I'm not the imposter. I invented his engineering.
To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Lyney who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Yeah, we don't know. The murderer was.
Me. I went down
Me,
there.
nigga, I killed the bitch. Guys, I'm just going for the fireworks. You don't count the trigger's supposed to work. You need a box inside a box inside a box. Damn, that's custom music, bro. Time ticket. Gonna commit the crime. I mean, he's dead.
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along? The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility?
Who could have committed the crime, bro? A third person. Hypothesis incorrect, bro. Wrong.
Halsey is the missing person.
No, okay, so he committed. So,
the deceased's name is
Oh,
that
fuck
can't be
all
right.
that. Alright, I'm just
Are you
really
serious?
sorry.
Dude accidentally killed himself?
The killer was,
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
the deceased!
Bro.
Is that so? How interesting!
Au contraire, I think Halsey killed Cowell.
What I must do next is recreate
And
the
where did she
truth.
go?
What Cowell
She
did,
died too.
and how
The
he
end.
went from would-be perpetrator
I am
to
innocent
victim.
because the perpetrator and the victim simultaneously died. I am the new victim
How come you
though.
guys not able to interfere with
No one entered or left the opera
That's not
house.
helpful?
The deceased's name is Cowell. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. The sound we heard may have come from a clap. Lyney was not in the tunnel at that.
We're gonna need that. There's an altercation in the tunnel. Her
Halsey's
dress.
clothing was in the tunnel.
That proves the altercation. Who is the prime suspect currently?
It would have been tough for both people. The sound we heard may have come from a clash. The deceased's name is
Currently? No. Where did the missing Halsey?
The sound we heard may have come from a clash. It
Event.
would have been tough for both.
Oh,
The
the
sound we
sound.
heard may have
Not the
come.
dress? How is the sound the reason and not the dress?
For what part?
No one entered or left.
Like they're like, what's the reason for like? How did we prove there's an altercation in the tunnel? Of like her dress being left there? It's like no, it was the sound. Where did
Listen,
she go?
I'll be honest. I just kind of kept clicking stuff.
Halsey's clothing was in.
Because it makes more sense later, but like the first arguments don't make any fucking sense at all.
Where did the missing Halsey
the
go?
sound we heard may have come.
Reduced to atoms.
No one entered.
No one left her eggs in it. Like I said, yeah, she could have left. Unless she used the water.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
How does that work?
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Yeah, where the fuck is Halsey?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits.
What
and
the
none of them
fuck?
seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient?
Excuse me.
There is no greater sin in this opera house.
Oceanid hair having bitch. We're trying to discuss it. She has a massive hug in her.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hang on, I'm about to use my hydro gun.
This took a twist.
Lyney was
God
not in the
bless.
tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Oh, damn!
The vase was not broken by chance.
Hypothesis correct, bro. It's not a hypothesis anymore.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being
Is it really a hypothesis if I know it's
from the
true?
water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method...
Oh my god, her booba are. God bless.
Transformed into water...
Transformed into water?
Just a moment, please.
I
do
am
hope
the
you
becomer of
know how
water.
preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about
Huh?
here, not some magic trick.
That's why I know she's a shitty Hydro Archon, bro. She's like, how can a person transform into water? You as the Hydro Archon should definitely have that power. Our quest that we examined.
The fact that she doesn't know either. It's like, how do you, the Hydra Archon, not know your own fucking, like, lore and powers? Surely the Hydra Archon just can make people melt, right?
Illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about 2 completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment.
Don't forget, bro, he's a teardrop on his
The
face.
truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice.
How did he go to a drug trafficker?
The notebook has many entries
He was a drug
concerning
dealer?
safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date.
Man, this nigga was dissolving people to primordial ooze.
My nigga's turning them into fucking water.
Properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine.
Nah, bro, I'd be terrified of shit too. So you're telling me this place is also shit to live in? You mean I could just go to a store one day?
Exclusively from Fontaine or be affected by this shit.
Supported by sufficient evidence.
Imagine that, bro.
You gotta be kidding.
Go to a restaurant, take a sip of a nice cola. Hey, why does this taste like the ocean water? Gone. Reduced to water.
This reminds me of a
What a shitty way to die.
It's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Damn, drug dealer initiated the prophecy.
If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Lyney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If
How
we
much worse
uphold
could
this
this case
hypothesis,
get?
I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right!
You're almost
Like
done.
the metal
Maybe.
heart.
I should know
That
where
wouldn't
you're
make
at.
sense at all.
You can watch it live, bro.
Yeah, I don't got
about
Twitch.
this.
What is that achievement name?
Deal with that water from the
Nigga, I don't speak
primordial
French nor
sea.
German. I don't know what language that was.
Water from the primordial sea. Who's the prime suspect?
The deceased's name is...
I can't believe some lowly drug dealer just has the power to turn you into primordial
The
soup.
water from the primordial...
Again, genuinely, this is probably this is also a shitty place to live in. Mondstadt truly is the actually probably leeway, but I mean, besides the monster, the dragon attacks, what did Mondstadt have to go through?
primordial sea should already have been
Leeway had
prepped
terrorist
before
attacks
Halsey
twice.
entered the
Timing.
The rope that held the water tank up was lit by the fireworks.
Oh.
Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another
Wait, what the hell?
Lynette was in the magic box on... I remember there was something else. The water from the
Wait, where's
primordial...
that? Ugh, I go back there.
The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey
Oh.
entered the
What item did the company use to hide the mechanism?
Now it seems like the hook rope...
Huh.
Now it seems like the hook rope... The rope that held the water tank up... The water from the primordial... Now it seems like the hook...
What item did the company control the time? Was it the
The
rope?
rope that held the water tank...
How the fuck
Lynette
did
was
you
in the
use
magic... I remember there was some... Lynette was in the magic...
magic box? Oh, whoops, that's not.
Lynette was in the magic box on... I remember there was some...
Hell bozoed, holy.
Now it seems like the...
He's the
Lynette was in the
last
magic...
Okay, no, he's the fucking hook.
Now it seems like the...
How to use a hook to do timing? I have no idea.
Don't question it.
I don't understand how the hook was used for the timing.
Again, don't question.
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again! In
Ace
the
Detective
original plan, Cowl would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey.
The balloons held the water. I'm glad they didn't mention that until she explained it with the hook. The balloons weren't mentioned once.
With the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh.
Why
does make sense.
Cookie Run
That
Kingdom? What the
actually
fuck?
links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Doesn't really. What did he encounter in the tunnel?
What do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Now, it seems like the only point of
What?
contention
The One
remaining is the
Piece.
exact
Oh,
circumstances that led to
the time I
Cal's
got
death.
reincarnated in the slime.
His
Bro, I'm about
notes
to be called a
mentioned he
fucking
had an
loser for the
accomplice
anime I
who could be
watch. What the
related
hell
to the
is this?
situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence.
New evidence.
I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were
How
just
do you
inspecting
usually
the
find out about
luggage
new
of the other
games?
people
I
involved in this
legit
case.
don't.
And
I only
we
find
found
games
an
from you
identical
niggas.
sample of the water from the primordial sea
Other
among Lyney's personal effects.
friends.
What? That can't be.
Oh, recommendations from other friends, yeah.
Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you.
How did I hear about Genshin?
Does this not
I heard
clear
it from
all doubt?
I just heard it from
My
Aaron.
dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close. Lyney did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent.
Playing in co-op.
Event.
Yeah, collecting
Having
characters
made
is the most enjoyable as a
modifications to the props
gambler.
beforehand, his accomplice Cowl then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Lyney desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowl out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization.
Nice.
Am I right, Mr. Lyney?
No.
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here.
Yeah, there is.
Is this the end of the road?
Yeah, bro, he's got owned.
Own home.
Think of anything either.
Where?
Doesn't look like there's any way around this.
We got fucked, bro.
Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Oh, why did this have to happen now?
Oh my god, bro. They beat us. It's over.
I think we've all seen enough now.
Good shit
And
on
we
you.
have ample
Should've tried harder.
witnesses to my flawless
Hey, maybe that missing
reasoning.
missing evidence would have helped you.
This is indeed the finale. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move...
Now my noble Chief Justice.
Excuse me, everyone, but
Kill
I
these
must
niggas.
introduce...
Miss, I must ask you not to shout and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Damn, bro, he's a bitch. Stop
Come on,
yelling.
don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic?
Bro, she has
Show you an
6
amazing
drills.
trick, one that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Lyney.
That was
If you would be
Navia,
so
not another
kind.
Bronya, bro. She has 6 drills.
What in the world is she saying?
No
She's
offense,
blue.
miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Lyney and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
And voila.
All he did was snap his fingers. And she came out, bro. Now, this is all a trick, bro?
It was
sorry
a
for the
publicity stunt,
interruption.
you know?
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence.
Hey, that's coercion. That's not how that works.
To the proceedings
It's
because I
illegal.
was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling
I'm doing this
happy
to
that
lessen
no
my
one had
sentence.
noticed me. And then before I knew it, she
I
caught
love
me.
law in random fantasy games because it's like you could do this.
I'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who
Like
killed
I said,
Cal.
I knew she killed Cal. That's the only way. She probably beat his ass and threw him in the box.
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that
Mondstadters?
Lyney's show was
Bruh.
gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the
Man,
chance to buy
average
a ticket.
Mondstadt
This is the
moment.
thief, bro. Like I said, bro. She stole the
That's how I
ticket,
make a
got
living.
away, and killed
I
the
steal
nigga.
stuff here and there, and I'd never been caught before.
I like how the dude straight up
But
said,
I was
"Yeah,
noticed at the
I'm not
harbor
missing
a few
anything.
days
See you
ago,
later."
And I barely
Like,
got away.
nigga, you were missing something important.
Lyney was the one who caught me in the act.
All the seats had to be assigned, so he probably knew the nigga who was going to the show too.
Familiar. So you were the thief. Lyney even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me.
He had to choose you, bitch ass nigga, because he had chose that dude, and he
He
knew that
even
dude was
mentioned
gonna
the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how
I already
shocked
said
was.
this, bro. I'm glad
I
it's
thought he
live,
was
bro. I
onto
already
me for
said all
sure.
this.
So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee, but then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nap me. I wasn't going to take
Honestly,
that lying
when
down,
I saw that
so
girl
I
get picked from the
napped him out and
stage, I
stuffed him
said,
into the
"Dang,
box.
that's the thief." I thought he was
There
gonna
nowhere
like
to run from there, though.
I thought he was
So I
gonna
had to
like
change my clothes and hide
release
in
the
a box
box, and then
containing
inside she would be like
performance
chained
costumes.
and handcuffed. Like, yeah,
I
you're
slipped out
under
after the
arrest
first guard arrived at
for
the
being a
scene
thief.
and continued hiding inside the opera
And then,
house.
then the box got squished, and I was like, "Oh, she fucking dead."
Even hide in there?
A professional thief can make it work.
But I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, you killed the nigga,
Well,
so.
that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
Yeah, bro. Alright, Archon, you basically got fucked.
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lillian's perspective.
Why tell the story? We just heard it. It's over. What is this like? We gotta tell it from her perspective. It's over. Lady entered the tunnel. Okay, that's just true. That's what happens.
Nah, bro, you have to summarize everything, you know, for the brainlets in the crowd. It's like, okay, so how does her saying that she killed him matter?
Easy
Well,
as
you
it's all.
see,
She never got this all.
The strange sound
I
wasn't
could
from a fight.
guarantee you, if you didn't
was Lil-
summarize it, someone would try to be like, "Well, how did she kill him if Halsey dissolved?" Nigga, that's the point. She did.
Infighting between Lady and Cal.
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but it was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowell.
Yeah, bro, she beat that nigga's ass with a fucking vase.
This grown man drug dealer got manhandled by a thief.
If she left, so
by Mondstatters. Mondstatters know how to do it right.
Only in the City of Freedom would you break into a magic show and kill a nigga. One of the members of the show.
Can't wait for her to return to Mondstadt and be like, guys, you'll have no idea what happened
to Mondstadt, bro. She's going to the underwater prison, bro. She's not returning anywhere.
Intensified after she entered the tunnel.
Davy Jones Walker, she's gone.
On her head. So she kicks the door open, producing the thud we all heard.
Thud.
Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way
Everyone in this place is fucked, bro. This entire show is fucked. So it's two Fatui agents trying to get into the core to find out how to save the country by stealing something. The dude's a kidnapper of women, threw water on her to dissolve her, because whatever reason he does that. Found out she's from Mondstadt, she's actually a Mondstadt thief. Beats his ass, and then sneaks out, and then ends up getting him killed.
Can I just ask something? So, like, why is everyone in the court just going along with this story that, oh, I actually vented into the core system? It's like, okay, so ignoring the fact that you're messing with, like high-class security stuff.
What? So he was
why should we believe you?
Also, the fact that I love that, like when we're going gathering evidence, there's like the people from the audience are just walking around tampering with stuff. And it's like,
yeah, I gotta love that.
No, actually,
I mean, I guess the whole point is that no one could leave. Everyone has been stuck there for 2 days. I'm pretty sure the judge area was just a bunch of customers for the show. Can you imagine going to a show, getting locked into a crime scene, and having to stay inside a building for 2 days?
Yeah, that's
just because
jury selection.
I had to glare at it.
Oh, we turned the tides completely. But how's it balanced, bro? We blew this case out. It's over. She lost completely. It's not even. How is it balanced? Like it's imbalanced now. It's over, bro. It's over.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So she has been trapped in the opera house these last 2 days.
2
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
Sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Bravo! Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina.
Can you believe that we have 17 more events?
The defense's statements.
Yeah, but we shut down a whole Archon.
Answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add,
so much more interesting than
As
never
such,
meeting
I
them in the
request
first
that the
place for a whole like
not leave
half
the
act.
room before the proceedings have concluded.
Damn, well, she was just gonna straight run away, bro. She did not want to hear that she got her shit.
Are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow, look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now.
If there are no objections, then
Is
as
really
the
an
Chief
Archon?
Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list.
He's been doing this shit for 20
With some
years.
modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks.
It said he could select the pre-select. He set it so that pre-selected so that the young woman would be selected. Okay, the dude who's supposed to have the ticket wasn't a young woman. So did he do it during the show? He's like, oh, I then tampered with it? Because when would he have changed it? 'Cause the audience members weren't in, and he changed the seats are already assigned, which is how.
So wait, my biggest question is his original name Halsey? So is that original guy Halsey?
No, he's Crow. The girl's Halsey. The girl's fake name is Halsey.
So, but like, I don't know. I thought his real name would have been on the ticket, unless she just had the ticket and said, "Yeah, my name's Halsey," and she got put on the reservation list.
I can't remember what that dude's name is. I guess maybe if that dude's name was Halsey.
Because like, water from the primordial sea
I don't know,
just a balloon.
So he bought a ticket that was reserved. I'm assuming for his fucking real name, but unless he changed it somehow.
She stole it. Unless it's just a seat and like there's no name on the ticket, where it says like you got seat A4. When did he change the shit? Because he couldn't have changed it before the show. Because if he did, that means that the tickets, you know who's in the seats because he reserved it, and it's funny because
like
Halsey.
How you could reserve those tickets pretty like late though, because didn't Lyney buy us a ticket for, like 5 minutes before the show?
Yeah,
and
but like
go.
the owner of the show always
at the show.
Tickets, bro.
Oh, I suppose so. I don't know. It just doesn't make that much sense.
The fact that he chose her doesn't make sense. Unless he did it at the last second.
On a rope through the gap in the magic box's door.
No, because it had to be when they all went together. Because he said that he had to go back and prepare for some things.
The box contained
but the audience wasn't in there.
Yeah, but I'm assuming they had at least the list.
Yeah, and she's not on the list because she stole the ticket. It's a dude. She stole it from.
However, Lillian was not from Fontaine.
Yeah,
and thus
it makes sense that she stole from another woman. A Fontainian woman, mind that.
Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian, thinking that the waters had not yet.
So the whole point, the whole character of her being Halsey and being like a famous painter or some shit.
However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious.
I'm not gonna try to overthink it.
Yeah, bro. He's like, well, I can dissolve her. I'll just keep attacking her anyways.
Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Lyney, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events,
also, her swiping the macaroons would be impossible. There's zero possibility she would have gotten that close to no one seeing her. What?
5 people. Yeah, she's a master thief, bro. 5 people were eating at a table, and she took 2 because y'all were in groups about talking about some topic. Makes no sense.
This case, at least, can be handed over to the oratories to make the final decision.
Bro. Huh? Bruh. That was just straight up the fucking Star Rail pull animation.
The which one?
The oratories. That was just the Star Rail pull animation.
As such, Lyney and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Wow. Isn't that crazy, bro? You go to a magic show and you go missing for 2 days essentially because you got stuck here in a quick game. I missed 2 days of work, 2 days of my life, my kids, my dog starving. I was supposed to pick up my kid from school, bro. I'm stuck in there.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Lyney's baggage?
Yeah, what's with that going on there?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that
maybe we're just missing details about how this whole... Actually, no, I'm just fucking this game. No one thought about it. No one thought
to bring before this court.
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Lyney, but you, yes?
Damn, nice place, nigga.
Oh, Guard Vaughn outed himself.
I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
I'm sure you must do it to lessen your sentence. Kill yourself.
To earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
One-way ticket to Coupon
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Lyney, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
Yes, it's
and now that your plan has
fallen
against
the Fatui,
and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made
Diluted
decent
people
moral offers.
water.
The
Positive
disappearances were also
information.
the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about. The...
Damn. Guess that nigga's dead.
He took the cyanide pill, bro.
He turned into water.
And now he can no longer talk.
Can you imagine that? Some random stranger out there with power can do that, and the Hydro Archon is like, what? You can do that?
An outrageous act. All present.
Oh wait, the
please
big boss.
submit
It's the
to
Hydro Archon
inspection
dragon.
immediately.
There you go. Boom, figured it out.
Bro, you people still can't leave because another person died. 3 people, basically 2 people have died in here, bro.
2 people have died. A big conspiracy just happened. A thief got in here.
We're just going
It is
back
over.
We're just going back. The problems have been solved. We're not needed anymore. I mean, yeah. What else are we gonna do? We were appointed lawyers. We're done now, bro. Fontaine has to deal with the fact that I just watched. That's 2 people dying in front of us. We've only ever seen 4 people die in this game. The dude in Fontaine, the dude in Mondstadt, no one cares about. The Master Thief, no one cares about him. From Fontaine, no one gives a shit. Signora getting executed. This dude getting crushed, and now this dude getting turned into water. Oh, I guess technically 5. You want to count like Epi from Inazuma, where like he took the delusion, became old, and died. Yeah, I guess he fucking died.
That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Please wait, bro. I'm not staying in this shithole of a town, bro. People literally die by water, bro.
Bro, I'd be skipping town, bro. I'd be like, get me the hell out of here.
Fontainians, they have the biggest weakness, bro. Dude got a Fontaine vision. He's like, from Fontaine, you hit him with some water, nigga, this is all.
Also, the whole funky business with Child and his
Maybe
his vision.
You don't even want to look at me.
Yeah, it just stops working. I mean, we'll get to that later. I'm sure that's
for defending me to the end.
Like, can you imagine? Like, all the so my biggest question is, I want to know what's going on with that, because we learned from A that they have basically no control over visions, and now in this country, it's like, well, actually,
well, we'll find out why it stopped working.
I want to know how they explain this shit. Maybe instead of the Archons, it's the primordial ones.
Who said it about his power? That it says his power comes with a great price that I'm not even sure he realizes. What character says that?
I have no idea.
There's a character that says that, and we know what it is. It's essentially his power. Is it Dan? No, it's not Dan. The Dan's never seen knows about Child. There's someone who says something about him using that power comes at a great price.
It was probably another Harbinger, like Scaramouche or some shit.
Is it Scaramouche? I don't know where it comes from. Where they said the line that like that power he uses comes at a great price.
Could have been Zhongli too, since how he was like they're big in the Leeway arc. Could have been Leeway.
Yeah, but he never sees him use the power.
Oh, I don't fucking know, nigga.
I can't remember what character says like that power eats their humanity for him to use it.
Delusions, no?
Well, yeah, delusions themselves do that, but his power itself, where he fucking transforms, is like what he learned from Skirik or whatever her name was, Skirik. It's like yeah, you gain the power of like the abyss, but at the cost of losing your humanity completely. Which, if his vision, because now he's saying, what was he saying? He's like, I have like an unescapable like pull inside of him, like a drive. And he's like, I just keep feeling it. But maybe using a vision is tied to being human, bro. And since he's losing his humanity, he's losing his power to use his vision. His eyes already look dead as hell. He has unique eyes, where they're just blank.
Hey Jacob.
What do you want?
Are you still streaming?
Yeah, of course I am, nigga. That's not my problem, bro.
I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight.
I needed you to pull some YouTube videos for me.
That's not my problem, bro. I
with
gave
any
you the program to
ulterior
do
motives or
yourself.
ill intent.
No, you didn't.
I've spoken
I
to
gave
you
you
as
years
myself,
ago.
just plain Lyney this entire time.
Listen, I'll drop
As for
them
why
in
I'm
your
a
your
Fatus,
DMs, right?
it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth
What
align
illegal
with
business
those
are
of
y'all
an
doing?
orphan like me.
There's no illegal business.
That's
I literally just want music.
That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave,
Music that's not on
approached
Spotify.
recruiting us back then.
Otats.
The knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's
She's your father? Great line by Lance.
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past. Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets.
My parents are dead.
To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks.
I
took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law.
Look at our Shamans is just straight up villains. Yeah, bro. She was sold into sex slavery. Villains.
I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person.
I'm glad they didn't beat around the bush with that. They did it. Paimon was like, so he was gonna, like, they just
the guards and made my
they
way
put it out there, bro.
All I saw
Also,
was
gotta love what was in his
covered
basement.
in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm.
Okay, so
and had
no
even
harm.
discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean the knave, might have seen something in me.
Damn, bro.
and
He
so
got a bunch
she
of girls
made
in
me
his
an offer.
basement. He was building his own harem of young, nubile females.
The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you.
It's funny because if you
betrayal
read
shall never be
her
permitted
character story, it leaves it ambiguous what happened to her. All it says is that she was put into the car, and the dude took interest in her, and then it just cuts to like the knave being with her, like finding her. It doesn't tell you what happened. And at least in the story here, it tells you no harm came of her, bro.
Surely no harm.
Wow.
I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been
Well, she
betrayed
said
by
when she
nobles,
arrived, she was already
but
covered
she
in
was
blood.
also
and
quick
so.
to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
So she arrived and he was already dead.
So that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
The knave is after the Gnosis, isn't she?
She has her own plans.
Oh, great.
She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis' power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy
Interesting.
and
The
save
knave
Fontaine.
was gonna use the Gnosis.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right.
She's from Fontaine?
The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis.
I mean, obviously she has to be from Fontaine. Why else would she care?
Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy.
Well, how do you think people are gonna feel when people like Philu, the name is gonna be playable, and then we see a cutscene of us dissolving her into water? Much like how Signora burned away, the Fontainian gets dissolved in the water.
All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are
Lady
from
Arlecchino.
Fontaine.
Okay, so here's how you say it, Arlecchino.
We won't give up on defending our homeland.
Bro, these names are telling, bro. Fucking like
the only connection we have
fluoride and like accelerometer, bro. What kind of names are these?
Is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
Damn, bro. Yeah, distribute a magic pocket so all you guys can get your gear home. Oh, okay. That's what we do on the small scale. On the large scale, we rip the Gnosis out of a god's chest to repair the land. Our characters, I still can't completely trust you. The dude laid bare everything.
Bro, that's why I don't understand. It's like, why are we so hateful against him? And it's like, bro, we are friends with a literal terrorist.
Bro, it's like, oh, I can't trust you, bro. He told us everything. His entire life story and what the plans of the Fatui in this place are. We know exactly who's doing what and who's going to do it. We don't know how, obviously, but still. Like, we know exactly what's going to happen. She's going to go for the Gnosis to fix Fontaine. And then bring it back to the Zoritsu. So bizarre that it's like, I still can't trust him.
It's alright. I understand.
I don't understand.
The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the house, I have never stopped making my own decisions.
Like, I can understand why they probably didn't openly say that they were
anything in the
Fatuis
future, feel free to find me.
when they first met us.
I will do my
Because
best
I
to help you.
can't imagine that would go very well.
Lyney.
I understand, bro. Yeah, when our character just turns his back, bro. Like a Paimon turn.
Bye, Lyney!
Yeah, our character even said bye. He's like, I understand. Okay. What's with us and hating the Fatui? Bro, this quest is... This might be the longest quest in the game. This Lies Under Shadow? It's one quest. This shit's like 3 hours on its own. It's not broken up into sections.
What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
What's with the disappearing act you pulled right when the trial ended? It's called walking out the door.
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too?
No, not really.
Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
I was only really trying to defend Lady. I wasn't necessarily looking to the serial disappearances. Bro, this is like what happened in Inazuma. We're like, nah, I'm only here for my sister. I don't want to get into the Civil War. Spoilers, we get into the Civil War. I'm not here to solve the serial disappearances cases. We're gonna walk out this door and get attacked.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now?
How many decades? If it's 4, yeah.
There's new evidence from the trial. There should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Ah.
The Hydro Archon isn't looking into this issue.
I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Yeah, Mafia boss.
Don't say that, Navia.
What is she? I don't understand. Like, what?
I still don't understand what she's.
She has like
so
a Venetian like
investigating
pirate
with you,
outfit.
too.
She has like the fucking runners, and then like the guys on the runners.
It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire.
And then her like
causing new
catchphrase
hope to
was,
spring
what was
forth,
it?
And the
Like,
reflection in the murk to become clearer.
Great
it's like,
question.
it was like you ask, we bring the firepower. Like, what exactly is the organization?
Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me.
Like, she seems like she
Should we have
might
a
be
farewell meal?
mercenaries
You know,
or
to
guns for hire.
commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well, I'd just like to have
I'll
a
tell you, they
proper
updated
ending
Paimon's
to every
scarf,
important
bro. It
memory.
has like red and
That
purple
way
on it
there are
now.
no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your
I
time.
don't remember Paimon sparkling so much either. Like, she sparkles now. Just on her own. I don't remember any of this. I remember her cape shooting off constellations, but now she's just like straight up sparkling.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navia's treating, count Paimon in.
This boss not.
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
All right then, let's have our farewell meal.
Ah, our farewell meal, bro. There we go. God damn, that has to be the longest fucking quest in the game. Holy shit.